Hey, Merry Christmas and welcome to Vice Grip Garage. I hope y'all are surrounded by friends and family, but listen, if you don't, you're part of my family. I got you covered. More extra bonus content for you for the month of December. And don't worry, I have one coming for you Friday still as well. Guys getting ready to go to LA for a super fun event. You guys are really gonna enjoy this. Packing up some last minute things here, like my AG1. And I do want to say thank you to AG1 for getting me out to California. Okay, let's see, 1, 2, 3. All of you know that I've been drinking AG1 for months now, and the benefits for myself are really obvious. Sustained energy, gut health, mood balance, focus and clarity, and there's many more benefits as well. And it's more than a greens powder. It's 75 essential vitamins, minerals, and whole food source ingredients. There's no need to have multiple different multivitamins and supplements. Just one scoop of AG1 has you covered, or these convenient travel packs right here. Mixing AG1 couldn't be any easier. All you need is about 8 to 12 ounces of water in either one of the travel packs, rip it open, pour it in, or you could just take one scoop out of your canister or bag and dump that in. Then all we have to do is just shake it and mix it. Hips. You're definitely going to be surprised at the taste. It's not as bad as you think it would be. In fact, I've learned to crave this. There's subtle flavors of pineapple and vanilla, and they don't use any artificial sweeteners or added sugar. Go to drinkag1.com/vicegrip or scan the QR code to subscribe and save $20 off your first subscription to AG1. Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Let's get to LA.
Christmas is right around the corner, so I wanted to bring you something extra way behind the scenes. I'm in Bakersfield, California. We're here at Hotrod Garage Days at legendary Famoso Dragway. And today I'm going to be drag racing the LS DeLorean I built on Roadworthy Rescues versus all of the fans in a huge bracket race. But it's not just me. Alex Taylor's here, Lucky Costa's here, Dave Chappelle is here, David Freiberger, Newbern, Cotton, the whole crew. We got a whole bunch of cars. This is going to be a lot of fun. Let's check out the race. So everybody's running different rinks today. We're bracket racing. I didn't know that. I'm not a bracket racer. And I don't really have a bracket car, but we are going to have a lot of fun. We've got all sorts of stuff down here, from blowers to nice looking Novas. There's like a land speed Firebird. We've got a Grand National. We've got an all-wheel drive Typhoon. The Savoy is here. And we're going to battle the fans. This is going to be so much fun. This is the DeLorean I built on Roadworthy Rescues. It is sketchy at best. The last time I tried to drag race this, I scattered rods everywhere. We were on a tear and she let go. That was the first high-miled engine. So I had to replace that, so I thought I would do the right thing and get another engine with even more miles than the first one. So now there's like an 114 kajillion mile, 5.3 out of like a Suburban in here. It's still dual carbed, and nothing else has really changed. It got sent to California. It's been sitting in a warehouse at Motor Trend. They have a list of things they were going to fix. It doesn't look like much has changed other than they've put a battery box, but we could walk around and check this thing out. Of course, it's me, so the battery was dead. And looks like someone's trying to figure that out. I'm still got the hoverboard in here. So I guess if I break down, we can always just hop on that. We still got the hand cookases on it. You know, you want really cheap street tires for drag racing. That's the secret sauce, okay? But the business end is back here. Looks the same, but it's really not. This should be putting out somewhere near 200 ponies. Maybe 197 and a half. I'm not really sure. All the vacuum caps are rotted off of it from sitting outside. I'm sure the carbs are just full of junk. I don't even know if it still runs. We're gonna find out today. We might check some fluids in it. Not really sure about that either. The gas, I'm sure, is old. This race program is good, is what I'm saying. But I'll show you the driver's seat. I think they kind of tried to fix the doors, but I'm not sure if that actually happened or not. But we got this big old boy wide seat in here. Looks like I got a seat belt. None of this looks like it's changed. I have to remember what's going on with the switches and stuff like that. It's got a 6-speed out of a Porsche. Also not what you want in bracket racing is manual transmissions, although I can greatly respect those that do bracket race with manual transmissions. We've got an all-wheel drive turbo Typhoon behind me with an automatic, and I think that is gonna just do really good. And Dave Chappelle is driving that. Let's go talk to him. We've got the one and only Chappelle here.
Howdy.
And you've actually never drag raced other than the holiday hoopty thing, right?
That's correct. I have never, and I wouldn't even call that really drag racing. I mean, I was trying, but
right.
I actually did okay. I mean, that thing, I was in a 4x4 Pacer with a 4-speed with a granny first.
You actually won, didn't you, a round?
I did pretty good. I went up against Newburn and Cotton in that like V8 S10, and I smoked those dudes.
Oh yeah, well they tire fried it too. Yeah. So you get to drive the all-wheel drive turbo Typhoon with an automatic, which is killer.
It's probably the Gucci of the day, I would think.
Yeah.
I just have to go out there and figure out how the shifter works and how to like read that tree thing that you have to jump off of or whatever.
Yeah, I've given him some bad advice on the tree.
Yeah.
And if he can get consistent on that, and he's got to decide if he's going to foot brake it or get in the boost or not, this thing, as far as bracket racing goes,
it should be where it's at. I mean, I've never driven this thing. I've never looked at it other than walking past it in the warehouse. So I don't know if it's like put together right or if it's about to have an engine fire or nothing. So we'll find out.
That's what's great about all these is we've all just hacked them together.
Yeah.
It's like maximum jank right here.
So bad. It's amazing that there's this many in one spot and they kind of run.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So, I guess that was what it came down to, is what actually will start.
Yeah.
And then that's what showed up. So
you're in the DeLorean?
I'm in the DeLorean. Of course, it's cliche, but the only goal is to hit 88 today. I still haven't done that. The first time I drove it, we exploded the motor.
Really?
So, yeah.
This part was pretty cool. You can take the tumbler with you.
Oh, security.
Yeah, that way.
Whole tumbler. All right.
Race car.
How to tell it's a Motor Trend car. Still has a VIN plate. Dead battery?
Not yet. Let's see.
Sounds like a 3.8 to me.
This thing should be fun.
Got a whistler in it. They got the sushi slicer under the hood. This thing's actually really rad. I've always wanted one of these. So we're here with the one and only Dulcich. He's getting ready to hit the track, and what are you going to try to figure out a dial in?
Yeah, it's bracket racing, so I got to know what it runs, and it's kind of an unknown right now, so.
This thing is a beauty.
Oh man, I know. Tell me about it.
Bright color, it's got all the doors. What's under the hood?
It's just a 318 it basically stock with the 4-barrel and headers.
Okay. Yeah, you're hoping for like what, 16 something?
I think it'll run low 16s. Yeah. I mean, it's a starting point. I've only had the car for like 6 weeks, and my priority was to get the air conditioner working.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it blows cold, I'm assuming.
Oh, ice cubes.
Priorities in California.
Yeah, but
AC.
Heads and cams are going to be coming up.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go run this thing. We'll see what it does. Oh, it sounds good. Nice. Sweet. So these are all the cars right now. Well, not all of them. I think there's 140 cars here today. And there's everything from a Cadillac CTS 9 Fiber V thing, or whatever that is, to rat rods, to hot rods, to Chargers, Challengers, Mercedes. There's a whole bunch of Tri-5s. This is really cool. The top of the brackets then get to race the Motor Trend hosts and the finals, which starts at 4. And we've got a bucket of cars back here. Freiberger brought his Wagoneer that pulls the wheelies. It's just crazy. We're gonna try to shake down that DeLorean. I haven't driven it once, and it had a bunch of issues. So here pretty soon, we're gonna jump in, take it for a rip, see what it runs, because I have to set a dial in. I don't know what that means. I could dial in a timing light, so that's good. But this is really cool. These are all fans of the show that came out. And it's just really fun to see all these awesome cars. You guys built good stuff. Square body pickup you got. It's pretty rad. This thing is so cool. Got the helmet and everything. Big box Chevy. Both these guys drove these cars here. One's from Alabama, one's from Florida. Literally drove all the way here, and now they're drag racing. That is awesome. So the last time I drove this car was at Holly LS Fest, and we just wanted to see what it would run, but the Junkyard LS exploded. So we put another Junkyard LS in it, and we'll see what this one can do. I'm not used to this anymore. Seatbelt right in your stomach if possible. You want me to wait? So the issue with this car is it runs off of CV axles in the rear, obviously, and they're pretty fragile. So I can't dump this off the line, and it's also a single wheel, so I can't do a burnout. So we're just going to try to slowly take off. we got backed off. Something's leaking, I guess. That would make sense. I don't know how to get out of here. Ah, I'm stuck. Oh. So a guy got the scoot back signal, which is never good. It means you're usually dropping fluids or something's visually wrong. And this was leaking water on the track. Unfortunately, that's just one of those things. You don't see the car for months. You don't know what you're getting into. I think they went through most of these cars and tried to get them ready, although mine did have a dead battery. But anyway, someone overfilled the cooling system. Like the expansion tank is full. So as this heated up, and the steam kit started working and doing what it's supposed to, it had nowhere to go except out of the cab. So I'm gonna drive this back into the pits, recycle some stuff, and hopefully come back and see if we can make a pass in this thing. If not, the Grand Trashional is here. I think that's what it's called. They said that I could drive that as long as I don't break it. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see if we can get this going. I'm dancing. I'm flirting with 4th degree burns right now. So just kind of squeezing. Ouch, hot, ouch, hot. One of the problems too is I had to sit in line and wait, which is fine. But this thing needs airflow or it's not going to stay cool. Something on fire? There. We have room in the tank now. Okay, so if I were to bet on this racing machine, that hurt my back. I'm going to say a 14.136 with a .887 light. And then I'm going to dial it in, and then I'm going to red light on my first competition so I can just, you know, hit the 10. Okay, here we go. time, 0.4, a miserable 2.860 foot, and we ran a 15.32 at 111, and that is it for the LS Swap DeLorean. The clutch is not going to hold. So now we got to figure out what to do. So here's where we're at. Took the old DeLorean out there, had high expectations. It's a lighter car, we got a lot of weight over the rear tires, but it's an open rear end, so only one tire is getting power. First time I ran around the water, hoping that would help me hook up. That did not work. I also red lit, and the door popped open, and the hood started flopping. So I got out of it, hot lapped it, came back, did a burnout that time, even though it's a one-wheel peel. It felt good. But right when I grabbed second gear, I was like, there's no way it's breaking loose this bad, and I immediately smelled clutch. So I shifted, smelled clutch again, got out of it, and then got back in it, probably half track at that point. Ran a 15 at 111 or something like that. But that clutch is not going to take any more abuse, and it has got to go on a trailer so it can go somewhere back to California. So I'm borrowing the Hot Rod Garage Grand something they named it. I think this is the Trastional or something, or was, but it's got a snazzy paint job now. And I'm not sure if it's a Grand National or a T-Type, because I see a T-Type wheel. But this car's been around for a while. It's all snoosed up. It's got CO run and boost. There's shiny stuff under the hood. I don't know what any of it does. But it's got a key, so we're gonna go for a ride. How to get the gauges to work. Does the radio? All right, we'll see what this little turbo V6 can do. I think it can run a high 11. CO, it just didn't sound like it was making any boost. That's the flare coming off. Wow. I don't hear any boost. Right lane. Yeah, thank you. .4 light, 2.5 60 foot. Yeah, and it ran an 18.6. I was gonna say my stock one definitely runs better than this. They have this thing dialed, so there's something going on that we'll have to try to figure it out. Making no boost. Oh, my good luck continues. Does it have oil?
Oh, no.
Should, but
I don't know. It's okay.
they have a hurt motor in.
I'll tell you.
I was pretty hammered. I was like shit face in my truck.
I mean, I'm not a boost guy. It's a wear item, right? Eventually they...
You told me about that. Yeah.
Or I mean, it could be trash in the motor. Just plug that right?
Yeah.
Which kind of was the right
I love when stuff freezes.
Yeah.
Well, I was a little worried. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get out
Well,
of
bud, what are you gonna do?
I don't know. So here's where we're at. We borrowed the Grand Trational, took that for a rip, and I was right. I was told it was supposed to run like an 1182, or that's what it ran last, so I was pretty excited. That's moving for a G-body, especially with the V6 in it. But I knew right away in the burnout box something wasn't right. And brake stalled it on the tree, built some boost, you know what I mean? Nothing. And I knew right from the hit something was wrong. I did stay in it because I didn't hear any popping or backfiring or the sound it makes when a boot comes off. I'm very familiar with that, thanks to the Bland National experience. Anywho's, came back around to the pit, started investigating it. CO's fine, traced that line, cracked it off the solenoids, getting pressure. The solenoids are activated by the TPS, so the more you hit them, the more boost, or essentially. And made sure all the intercooler boots run. Lo and behold, we took the intake pipe off, and the Terpsky in this, it was just locked up, rougher than a county road. I mean, just shot. I thought about taking the turbo off of the Typhoon and putting it on this, but they're different sizes and flanges and everything. So now, Typhoon's down, Grand Trational's down, DeLorean is down, General Maintenance got hit last night in a car wreck, that's down. We're running out of cars. I told you this was going to be fun, and wow, we've jumped around quite a bit today. Spontaneous. Now we're in the Hot Rod Garage Nova. Pretty nice car, really. They bought this and did some mods. I think they took fuel injection off, made it carbureted. It's got a 383, a pretty sweet transmission with reverse shift pattern. It's got a line lock and a trans brake. So we're gonna go see what this car runs and see if we can get down the track with this one. We still don't have a car to race in, and the finals start here very soon. That's fine. Got to get used to all these buttons, and never driven this car, so this will be interesting. I got a slouch in this one too. So here's the business of it. Lucky raced this and ran a 13.36 at 103. I ran it and got a 13.12 at 104. So it's a low 13 car, we know that. I don't think I'm going to run it again. Save it. Seems to be running great. Good oil pressure, temp's good. We might dial in at like 13.08. Give us a little bit of a room for improvement. I think I could leave the line better. He ran a 2.12 60 foot. I ran a 2.01. I just got to find the sweet spot for the torque converter at the trans brake, and I think we can pick up a little bit there. So finally, we've got a race car. Beautiful little Nova. And we'll dial in at 13.08 and see how close we can get to that without breaking out. That's the whole thing, is you got to go as fast as you can up into your number that you submitted and the closest winds. Oh, the wing window works. Ha! AC. So now we sit back, let the bracket unfold, and eventually we're going to be racing somebody for the win. Or whatever, the puck. We're going to get a score. Or whatever you do in the drag racing stuff. So here's the skinny and the business of the deal, or whatever. We're trying to win a puck and get a goal here at the end of the day, or whatever you do in drag racing. Lucky ran earlier today, well actually that wasn't that long ago, a 13.36 at 103. I just ran a 13.12 at 104. The 60 foot was a little bit faster. I think I can improve there too. Never driven the car. That was the first lap. I think I can improve that 60 foot. So we'll dial in at like a 13.08. Leave us a little bit of a room for improvement, or essentially error. The goal is to get as close as possible to your dial-in number without breaking out. It's like playing darts, 301. You need a 10. Why'd you just hit the 20? You've been needing that all night. Well, it's the same thing, but completely different. Let's go racing.
Okay, I'm seeing 10s, 11s, 10s, 11s, 11s, 10s, 9s. I think the only one here that's going to be able to hold a flame to the candle box, or whatever that's called, is Alex in the Savoy up there. She's got a 930 dial. Whatever that means. Dave is going to be consistent. He's upgraded to the work truck instead of the other car. Looking stylish. So we're going to wait here and see what happens. You got to do all the heavy lifting.
I'm not a bracket racer, okay?
You're getting hit by a car. And here comes Dulcich in the 4-door, the Mordor, the crew cab. He got this into the 15s today. Doesn't have a number yet, but I think he's going 1590. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to have a lot of fun. See what happens.
All right, it is time. It's a show off against us, against them.
Okay, so we've got caged and no caged here. There's 4 cars in each class, and there's 8 hosts here. So everyone gets to race one host, basically. And a little bit more about bracket racing. It's not who gets to the boards first or who is the fastest to the end. You have to get as close to your dial time as possible. So I'm racing that beautiful Chevelle up there that runs 9s. He's clearly going to get to the end of the track before me. But if I'm closer to 1308 than he is to his dial-in time, I actually win. And don't forget, he could red light, automatic win. Very unlikely. All these guys are seasoned bracket racers. They have beautiful cars. They know what they're doing. We're just out here having fun, but I just wanted to explain to you, watching at home, this is the challenge and the fun of bracket racing is you really don't know what's going to happen. Let's see. At the targets, the thrill of the street is the sweat when it rains out. Watch the puddles.
Does this have a radio, actually? It's got a fuel pump-us. Oh, here we go. We got no tunage. That's a bummer. We'll make it work. Is this the title? We might be able to own this puppy. Motor Trend owns it. Date first sold 0000001971. Isn't this a 72? Who knows? Who actually knows? This is a mirror that I needed for my Nova, but I settled for a newer model windshield mount. Okay, this is about consistency. I'm just racing myself. Second time down the track in this thing. I'm gonna try to stall it at 3,000 on the trans brake and then shift at 55. Try to get close to the same number as last time. See if we can beat this darned old pro over here. He's a big fan of Vice Grip Garage on YouTube. That's really cool. If he wins, I'm giving him my helmet. Ticket and see if we won. What a beautiful sunset. My goodness gracious. Car slowed up. .297 at 103. 208 60 foot again though, same exact 60 foot, I believe. But he won on a 969 at 117. I didn't even look at his dial. So the guy goes home with my helmet. That was fun. He chased me down. Shoot, I thought we would pick up some speed. It cooled off too. Huh. I don't know where my other slips went. Slowed down in the 60. Or no, it didn't. I was right. Sped up into 60. Same exact reaction time. Slower to the 8th mile. Huh. Man, I thought I was going to speed up a little bit, cooling off, but it went the other way.
What was your light?
.346.
.346?
I was sleeping. I didn't want a red light. Is this the one?
Narcoleptic.
I know. That's not the right slip.
That's not it.
There you go.
Okay, let's look at Derek's numbers here. So you lost, you got a 346 light. That's when I set up a Zoom call. Hey Derek, you can go ahead and leave the line now.
ALL's connecting. Yeah.
And it went 1329, slowed down.
Yeah.
That guy got an 094 light, went 966.
It ran a faster 60 foot, but it was slower to the 8th than last time.
Okay.
So
well,
I don't know.
You get to sign off your helmet for the next guy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You got it. Boy, you chased me down. That was fun. All right, here you go. You won this time. Days 2024. There you go, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thanks again. That was fun, man.
Yeah,
beautiful car.
Fun.
Thanks for coming out. Sweet. Drats.
Then we totally redeem ourselves. Okay, Steve. Yeah, we all got our tushes handed to us. Yeah. What did you dial in at? I dialed at 1596. Okay. And well, I figured I had it. Garrick. I mean, I'm not even messing with you at all. But the thing is, I ran like 3 practice laps, and if I left on the 3rd bolt kind of late ski, it was like a 10th. And I thought, I'm going to try to cut that light a little bit sharper, and I overdid it, and I red lit by 100. Oh, you red lit, bummer. And then I just got out of it. You know, it's only fun. The hero of the day is Chappelle in the work truck. Well, I know it. That's really saying a lot for a work truck. I think that was like a fire truck. I don't even know. And then, did you catch the foot race? That was pretty funny. Wow, that poor guy. I mean, he fell over worse than I would have. His nickname was Stu the Shoot. I think he'd be a good runner. Oh, no way. Stu the Shoot? Yeah. That was hilarious. But are you going to do any more drag racing this winter, or are you going to wrap it up? This is it? Oh, I don't know. I'll be coming out for track days and stuff, I think. Yeah. Nice. Awesome. Once I hop up the satellite a little more. There you go. Yeah. Heads, cam, yeah. Maybe some tires. Yeah, and I won't buy the heads. I'm going to make the heads. Of course, we're going to get a production head and just soup it up so it's good. Mr. Engine Master. I like doing that. But in the magazines back in the day, I did like 6 3/18s for different articles. They make, but in those 6 articles, probably the weakest one was 403 and the best was 427 horsepower. So wow, I've done a lot of them. Hey, I got a question for you. Yeah. Do you know how to say 20 in Spanish? Viente. Viente? Viente. Viente cervezas, por favor, señor. Hombre, bro. You.
What a fun day. Never would have guessed it would end like this, driving a borrowed Nova from Hot Rod Garage. Ironically, a Nova, a nice one. I believe it's a 72, 383 stroker. I liked it. Car slowed down. Same light, consistent, ran a faster 60 foot, and then it just rolled over. Not quite sure. I didn't even pop the hood, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? Dave Chappelle's moving on in the work truck. Everybody else got murdered. That's pretty fun. But that's gonna do it for Hot Rod Garage Days here in Bakersfield, that famous Famoso Dragway. It's been around since 1956, I believe. Really cool to be here. And I hope for the holidays, you're surrounded by friends and family, and if you think you don't have any family, remember, my family is your family, and the Vice Grip Garage Nation are thinking about you guys. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and we'll see you very soon. Now I gotta walk all the way back.